revolution. Numbers Week continues with an astounding figure.
Women spend an average of $50,000 in their lifetime on their hair.
Are you bankrupting yourself for beauty?
Tina, $5,000.
Yeah.
On what?
Shampoos, conditioners, treatments, salon visits. I love it all.
Light intervention for your hair will change all that.
And are these the same steps you use with your celebrity clients, like Claire Danes?
The tips, tricks, and trade secrets to getting gorgeous hair for less money. Plus,
I'm going to pay to get my hair and my makeup done and go to the gym and sweat it out? Not really.
could Ayana's obsession with beauty actually be killing her?
We are choosing our hair
Over health.
over our health, and we can't continue to do that.
Your revolution begins right now.
Go and live your life.
Revolution is about transformation, big or small.
It's about taking control of your health.
It's about getting your body moving.
Feeling better about yourself.
It's not just about what you wear, it's about who you are.
The revolution, it's about you.
Long, beautiful locks or a short pixie cut, hair care can definitely cost you a fortune. But how much do we really need to spend on our hair before we are bankrupted by beauty? So here with answers today is More Magazine's beauty director, Genevieve Monsma. Thanks for joining us. And also joining us is Hillary, a self-proclaimed hair product junkie. Really, Hillary? $5,000 a year?
Really?
Now, the question for you, Genevieve, is do we really need to be spending this much money?
Well, certainly not on the hair products. And Hillary and I talked a little bit before this segment. And some of the products that she's devoted to, interestingly, the parent company that owns those salon products also owns drugstore brands. So what's inside the bottle is usually not so dissimilar.
So there's total overlap, in other words, which I'm sure, I didn't know that. I'm sure most people did not know that.
The technology is not so different.
What you're buying could be like the lust versus must in the same store.
You've got it. Now, sometimes the technology comes to the drugstore a couple months later, but it is often the same. Yeah, exactly. It's worth the wait. It's often worth the wait.
Okay, so Genevieve, if you're looking for bargains at the drugstore, start us off here. What are some of the ingredients that we should be looking for?
Well, there are three sort of hot categories right now. Certainly, especially this time of year, people are complaining about dry hair. Lots of oils and butters and that sort of thing. Yes, exactly. So the hot ingredient right now is Moroccan oil. Started in the salon brand, now plentiful on drugstore shelves. So look for Moroccan oil.
Really?
Yes, Moroccan.
And that's an ingredient, not just a name brand. That's actually, you can look for it in the ingredients.
Now you can look for it on the packaging, and most people will tout it because it's so hot, they want you to know what's in there.
Okay, so Moroccan oil is one.
Moroccan oil is one. Then products that are sulfate-free. If you color your hair or you do any kind of chemical treatment, sulfates are something that some people in the hair care community believe can be a little harsh. They're detergents in a shampoo, and they feel like it over cleanses your hair a bit. So again, started in the salon, lots of products that were sulfate-free for those color clients. Now you can find it in the drugstore. Again, it will be very clearly touted, sulfate-free.
Okay, and what's the third one?
And then the third one, this is sort of an interesting story. This actually started in the drugstore, silicone products. There was a serum that smoothed hair, kept it frizz-free, and it was such an enormous success that salon products started copying it. But if your goal is glossy, smooth hair, you want to look for something with silicone in it. And on the ingredients panel, it usually doesn't say silicone, it says dimethicone, which is a mouthful.
Right.
But
look for that. So
look for that.
Did you know any of these, like reading between the lines on the ingredients?
I did not. Now you're empowered. You know what ingredients to look for in the drugstore.
So that number can go down. Okay, so Genevieve, now what about how can you streamline your use of products and therefore hopefully extend the time interval from when we have to go into a salon to what we're doing at home?
Obviously, everyone needs a shampoo, a good shampoo at home. What a lot of people don't realize, though, is you really need a clarifier, too. I don't know, Hillary, if you use a clarifying shampoo.
Occasionally.
And there are lots of great tinted products at the salon, but you can do it at home. You can use whatever shampoo you currently have in your shower. And then a lot of blondes complain about oxidation and their hair gets too yellow or brassy.
Come over here, blondie.
Yeah.
We're all together.
We know that. And redheads brunettes similarly complain about too much red or gold in their hair. So what you can do at home, very simply, take your shampoo.
Okay.
And if you have brown hair and if there's too much red in it, you can add, this is food coloring. Go in your kitchen, your baking shelf or whatever, add a little bit, and then here for blondes, you're going to add a little bit of violet food coloring. And you know what? I would say err on the side of being conservative. initially. You know, you can always tweak it in the back end. And this, obviously, we see the final result. I think you were maybe a little more aggressive with your color. Then I'm going to be conservative. And so this is to
balance out color treatments.
Right,
exactly.
Let's
say you're a blonde, you can also use something like chamomile as a rinse, maybe once a week.
And that does the opposite thing, though. If you're someone who feels that your blonde isn't as vibrant as you want it to be, and you want to boost the warmth in it, then I would use chamomile. If you feel like your hair's too brassy, then I would go in this direction, a little bit of violet or even blue food dye
and
in your shampoo.
And this is going to save potentially $12 just by using these products and making your own at home. Okay, now let's go over here for a way to give your hair a little protein treatment. They're so popular.
Right. We all know protein's good for our bodies. And I think a lot of people, when they feel that their hair isn't behaving, it's because it's dry or it lacks moisture, may actually be lacking in protein.
Right.
And protein isn't in most everyday products. It's usually a treatment, so a little pricier. So here's how you can do it at home on the cheap. Take 2 eggs and then add about a teaspoonful, let's start with a teaspoonful of coconut oil.
And coconut oil, by the way, I use every single night on my hair.
It's a fantastic,
right before I go to bed. And you can whisk this up, Hillary.
So you're getting protein, and which strengthens the hair, prevents breakage. It helps with growth because obviously it's going to keep.
And I think no more than once a week, right, for these protein treatments. You don't want to overdo it, and this could save $37.
Right.
So we're already chipping away at your 5,000 number. But this is great. These are all something you have in your house. And would you be willing to try some of these things, Hillary?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we can get you away from your fancy products a little bit.
A little bit.
So this is great. This is so easy. It's natural. It's inexpensive. Thank you so much, Genevieve. And today's courtesy of More Magazine. Everyone in our audience is getting a year subscription to More Magazine. We'll be right back.